What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be talking about the Imp's Adventure, Joyful Picnic, and Maple Leaf Ballad this week because, well, I think a lot of you guys out there are actually going to manage to get a free 9-star chest from Imp's Adventure, which is usually very difficult to get to, but you can get anywhere between 20 and 25 additional dice, which really does change your statistics in this event. So first off, let's jump into the event. Let's talk about what we're talking about and why you'll have that chance. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 80,000. So close. Get going. Okay, so let's go over these events we have. Of course, there is an adventure package too. If you do that, you're guaranteed to get a lot of good stuff this event. It's only a $50 pack, which is surprising to me. I thought it would be more, but I guess that's really good for people who are like the mid spenders that might get enticed by this event. We'll have to see. But yeah, Imp's Adventure, this event has multiple currencies. You're getting 50 of these delicate picnic baskets and maple leaf points, which are the main topic that we are going to discuss here today. Now, normally you can get to like pretty close to the 200 mark, sometimes a little less. It just depends on your luck and your strategy. But that's going to be the main part we're going to talk about, is getting down to here. This 300 point mark should be very, very viable for a good portion of the community. Is it guaranteed? No. Is it possible? Absolutely. I mean, technically, free to play can get this normally with 78 dice. It's just extremely rare. So we have the Joyful Picnic. Again, remember, you can spend your Universal Crystal Shards if you want to this event, only if you want to. But yeah, usually you get about 2,500 of these baskets, and then you get an additional about like 200, 250-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. So that's the data we're going to go off of here. Yeah, the shelter mission, need to finish all of those out, and then you have the Maple Leaf Ballad, and you'll notice it alternates between giving you 5 dice and 100 picnic baskets. Now, the big important part here is every 100 picnic baskets you use give you 1 maple leaf point, and then you can get the maple leaf points in the event rewards for Imp's Adventure. So essentially, I kind of broke it down a little bit. I talked about, what you should normally get. I went with, you'll get about an additional 200 delicate picnic baskets. I kind of went with like you might not get to here. So essentially what you're going to get is by getting to this 200 point mark, you're going to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of these maple leaves, 250 of these, which is 2.5 points in itself. And then normally through your idling throughout the week, you come away with about 2,500 resources. So between those, you're coming to about 37 points on average. You can definitely get higher than that based on your Joyful Picnic end result. But what does that give you? Well, it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4 additional 5 times of dice, which gives you 20 additional dice. It also gives you 1, 2, 300 more of these, which is 3 additional points in this event, meaning you are going to end up somewhere in the ballpark of like probably about 43 to 44 points just from this, meaning you're very close to getting to the additional dice down here. What that means is, and I'm going to jump over to an image file here. I took 2 different breakouts here. Let's switch on over to this. So this right here is the Imp's Adventure Simulator. This is what you can run to see where you're at, how many dice you normally get. You'll notice the good majority of the time you should get over 200. It feels like an awful lot of us get under 200 quite often. So again, this is the Imp's Adventure Simulator. How realistic is it? I don't know. How well is the algorithm? I don't know. This is what we've always used. Usually it follows your, you end up in where you end up with this thing. So some people can go up here, and as you guys can see, I talked about normally 0.032% of players will get to that 300 point mark for free just on your 78 dice you get from your gem purchases and your daily logins and your shelter mission. So those are all there. Now, what happens when we get those additional 20 dice? Well, you'll see an immediate surge up. You're pretty much guaranteed to at least get to 200. Like, you gotta have really bad luck. Like, actually, hold on. you have a better chance of not hitting it with these extra dice, not getting a 200 with these extra dice than you normally do hitting the 300 point mark, which is pretty interesting. But you'll see a good majority of people are going to get in that 260 to 299 range. Quite a few are going to be able to get to 300 so long as your strategy is correct. Now, what that means is if you are getting further in this, this is where you're going to get those additional like 4 potentially. So what I'm talking about here is the additional 4 from this right here. If you go here and here, if you get up to like 260 instead of 200, that's an additional 4. That's not going to get you quite what you need, but it also comes with the picnic baskets as well, which is 100, which is another point, which means it's going to be really difficult for you to not hit this 45 point mark. And you know what? I didn't actually run the simulator for 95. I'm going to slap this up on the screen here so you guys can see it too. Let me get to my right source. I think this is it. Yeah, Imps Adventure Simulator. So we did 98. So if we get 5 more, that's what, 103. Yeah, there's the math. Run the simulations. I mean, it does look like there is going to be a decent chance that you do not. And this is like starting position, nothing, no lucky dice at all. So the second you get a lucky dice, your chances and your odds are going to go up on this too. It does anticipate if you are going to get one, but you can see the percentages climbing up. You're pretty much guaranteed. I mean, 60-40 about, close to it, 55-38. I mean, there's still a chance you do really bad. But I mean, you got to have some bad luck. So what that pretty much means is I will not hit it, but you guys will, because as you guys know, I never seem to do well in Imps Adventure. I feel like if I get to 200, I'm like, I rolled, I finally did it. But yeah, this Maple Leaf Ballad is honestly really, really, really awesome. And I wish we got this type of event tied to our Imps Adventure more often, because this makes Imps Adventure more interesting. And a lot better rewards. You get a light and dark hero, you get a 9-star chest, you get this material selection chest, which also includes Cloud Island materials, which I think is one of the most important parts of this. I mean, getting the 230 is super important. Getting this other stuff is nice and convenient for building heroes. Do you need it? Absolutely not. And then, of course, the last part of today is if you do get that adventure pack, you get 35 more. You'll probably be getting somewhere in the ballpark of, because you're getting double rewards here, you're probably going to be able to get down in like the 50, 60-ish range, which means I would say you're probably going to get to like 100 to maybe 200 in the second loop. Somewhere in that range. It just depends on your luck with the lucky dice, your strategy you use, and then you're going to just keep compounding more of these maple leaves, more of these picnic baskets. Honestly, getting up to here, this might be a really good week if you finally have enough of the resources between Universal Crystal Shards and all the bonus picnic baskets we're getting this week. It might be a time to go for Mysterious Artifact Selection Chest, or if you need to work on Star Spawn cores. Again, this is a really, 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 really good event for this. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know. Sound off later in the week if you do manage to hit this one down here. And I'll see you guys next time.